Nobody expected Pokémon Legends Arceus when it was announced, but it quickly became one of the community's favorite games, setting a new standard for Gamefreak and risks they were willing to take. After that, everyone started speculating of what the next Legends game would be. People thought they knew Gamefreak's patterns after all. They could read their thoughts and know every single one of their plans. Legends Johto, Legends Unova, surely it would be one of those. Well, none of that happened because Pokémon Legends Z-A is the one coming out. But hey, I'm not so ace trainer, and I swear that I think I know the next one. Let's get into it. Legends Z-A is basically what people would describe as Legends Kalos or Legends Zygarde if they were predicting it before its announcement in 2024. But what this essentially means is that anything can happen, and we were all very wrong. Still, hindsight is a beautiful thing, and looking back, we saw a very nice hint at what came after, but we never paid a lot of attention to it. It was one that was talked about, sure, but that we failed to connect to the future. All because of patterns that didn't really exist. I am talking, of course, about the shirt at the beginning of Pokémon Legends Arceus, the one that time-traveling Lucas is wearing. It was a Colossian shirt, we knew that part, but it made so little sense that we just thought about it as like a cool Easter egg, a nice reference. Almost as cool as if you like, subscribe and join the channel. But time-traveling Dawn is not really wearing the same shirt. Oh no, she isn't, and that one is our first hint. Before I continue though, what do you predict the next Legends game will be about? Let me know down below. While time-traveling Lucas wore the Colossian shirt, named logo t-shirt white in the X and Y games, time-traveling Dawn wears the loose-top shirt from Luxury Holiday that you can get in Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield. It is depicting an island, hence why I used that as a depiction of Alola to theorize that the next Legends game would be in Alola, which would be fantastic. But the more I look at this, the more I feel like Galar is the right answer. After all, if the Colossian shirt was hinting at a Kalos Legends game, there was no curveball thrown at us. So this one might not have a curveball at all as well and just be exactly what it seems. But the shirts are not all there is to it. There's also the fact that every Legends game so far, the one we had and the one we're about to get, they always served as a way to put the spotlight on top of a Pokemon that either barely had it or didn't have it at all. Pokémon Legends Arceus was the first game that gave us an opportunity to catch Arceus, the alpha Pokemon. We knew about it, sure, they made movies and all that, but we had never been able to climb the stairway to heaven before. We were pretty dumb, I believe that was the reason they gave us. On a different but similar note, while we had access to Zygarde in various games before, it always felt like it was thrown in there more on a remember it exists statement than a this is an important legendary statement. And when I think of other legendaries that are either unobtainable or at least part of them is unobtainable, I think of two different things. The original dragon from Unova, said to be a fusion of Zekrom, Reshiram and Kyurem, and I think of the Eternamax form of Eternatus. While we battled it in Pokémon Sword and Shield, we didn't really get access to it after catching the terrifying Pokémon, only seeing glimpses of it during the animation for Eternabeam. While following this trail gives us two options, it also gives us the first connection between evidence. The shirt is Galarian and Eternatus is Galarian as well. To be accurate, it fell from space, so it is actually from space, it was only found in Galar, but you know exactly what I mean, so why am I yapping? And now we enter the final possible connection, the possible evidence, and that is when speculation turns into speculation, as it kinda grows a little. For that though, we need to stop talking about just the where and talk a little bit about the when. Pokémon Legends Arceus happened in the past. It shows us the land of Hisui, Sinnoh before it was Sinnoh. Because of that and the Legends name, we thought every new title in that series was going to be happening in the past. But that wasn't the case. Pokémon Legends Z-A happens in what I believe is the present. exactly 12 years after the events of Pokémon X and Y. It is our present. Because of this, I like to believe that the next Pokémon Legends game happens in the future, the distant one. Looking at every possible plot point that could warrant us a visit to the distant future, I got not a lot. Almost every Pokémon plot ends up being finished. Rarely do we have hints at something that will happen very far into the future. Basically, no region tells us a story about something that will happen that we're not able to eventually stop. Well, no region except for Galar. Chairman Rose warned us that 1,000 years into the future, the energy necessary to keep the world functioning, focusing mostly on Galar of course, will have been exhausted, essentially turning the world off. We didn't stop the energy from depleting, we simply stopped Rose from fully awakening Eternatus and carrying on his plans to their fullest. But what if Rose was right? What if it wasn't really the end that was the problem in his case, just the means? Galar in the future would look like a post-apocalyptic place, one where we would need to find Eternatus once more and awaken the gigantic Pokémon in order to repeat a darkest day. Either that, or after someone awakens it, we'll have to once more stop it. This also opens the door to actual new forms, since I don't see new forms happening in Pokémon Legends Z-A, the game is too close to the present for that to happen. It would be fantastic to have new Gigantamax forms or simply futuristic ones, kinda like the Paradox Pokémon from Violet. It also happens to be an amazing opportunity for Pokémon to really embrace going futuristic, which they kinda did with Ultra Megalopolis, but never truly embraced it for a full game. It would also shine more light into Eternatus and Eternamax Eternatus, finally diving deeper into their lore since they kinda came out of nowhere, and also show us the ruins of a world we actually knew, instead of the ruins of a world that we still have questions about, like Legends Arceus and Paldea. In my opinion, I believe there is enough evidence to make this a possibility, just like there is enough evidence for it not to be a possibility because, well, no patterns, unexpected stuff. But for now, I am throwing that thought out there and saying Legends Galar is next. But that is all I have for you today, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my Twitch subscribers and newbies here and the Dr. Joe and my YouTube members Dash Plays and Yatsy for going that extra mile. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much.